Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Factorio. I feel like I haven't been 100% honest with you in some of the dealings of this series. In between episodes, there's been a little bit of a war going on, and I've been trying to hide it from the public, but it's getting to the point now where I don't think we can anymore. We've got biters that are sneaking in down here. We've got them sneaking in from over here. Let's just turn on the pollution cloud. Maybe it's not these biters here, but we got this area up here was attacked. And up here to the north, I had to go and reinforce this corner right here. And I have to go up there and repair every now and then because it's just a big, giant onslaught coming from all around. And I've really neglected defenses. Over here, I think it's been fine. I haven't really checked, but I haven't seen any notifications. And you may have seen some notifications as I've been playing over the last couple of episodes. Because it's getting a little bit crazy. So you know, in a classified sort of manner, a couple of episodes ago, I actually started my own little Manhattan project up here, and so we have some new toys to play with, and I am actually going to play with those right now. It's been a while since I've actually used atomic bombs against biters, or at all, really. It's my second leading cause of death behind trains, but let's just, can I launch from, wow. Okay, yeah, they're still very, very effective. Very effective. All right, and it seems like the range has been increased on those. I have not used those in a very long time. I don't know if I used them during the Practical Factorio series, maybe? That might have been the last time. Let's see, do we have any more guys down here? Yeah, there's a couple of them over here. And I think they're kind of outside the pollution cloud. But, you know, we got 20 nukes. We got 20 nukes. And I am looking forward to utilizing that. Oh, yeah. No, the range seems like it's significantly higher than it used to be. And by used to be, I'm thinking maybe like .15, .16. I don't know. It's been a while since I have actively used a nuclear bomb. But, man. Expensive, but very, very effective. So yeah, that's been going on in the background, and I think now that we are officially winning that war now, it can be brought to light. Now that the public is safe, we can admit that we were doing that. I'm just gonna check this corner right here because pollution is kind of sneaking in here. I've had not really many biter attacks other than that, but I mean they got into the iron ore at one point. And every now and then they'll sneak in. And I definitely don't want them getting into a sushi setup because that's going to just cause all kinds of havoc. All right, there's one right here. Let's take it. And while I'm sitting here confessing things, I've actually recorded the episode where I started setting up the rocket sushi. And due to circumstances... probably completely under my control, but completely due to my neglect. I did not go and double check that that the Windows hasn't accidentally turned off my microphone for reasons that nobody understands except for some programmer at Microsoft, I guess. So yeah, no, none of the audio got recorded in that particular episode, and boy, it was kind of a tedious one. So it was kind of a. It worked out for the best, I'll say. We'll go ahead and we'll roll a little time lapse of what happened. I'm gonna go up north and say hello to our friends up there, and I will see you shortly after. that should relieve a little bit of pressure and buy us a little bit of time. I cleared out this area down there, of course. Got this corner up here that was making this corner really hot. And there was a base hiding up in that area that was starting to hit on that side. That was kind of... oh, looks like there may be one right there as well. But we got some time before it gets up there. We're not quite hitting these over here yet, and then there's a lot of areas that we're hitting with pollution, but, you know, it's going to be a lot better than it was. And we have 8 extra nukes here as a deterrent, so maybe they will leave us alone. Okay, I'm going to grab this train here. We are going to head down to our rocket-making facility, and I'll just kind of explain a little bit what I have done. Here's our Kirk McDonald calculator numbers for 60 space science a minute. And one thing that I forgot whenever I was making our rocket fuel is that it's a really, really good idea to put productivity modules inside your rocket silo. It helps significantly. For example, you can see, well, we need like 40 assembly machines making the rocket control units, right? If we come down here and look at, like, copper, we need 3.4 belts of copper coming in order to get this done. But if we put our productivity modules in, you'll see that 40 drop to 28, and that 3-point-something drop to 2.6. This helps so much. The productivity modules give you basically free rocket control units, free low-density structures, and free rocket fuel as it's building its stuff at the expense of, I think it's costing a little bit more power, 90 kilowatts as opposed to 600. Okay, significantly more power and time. Those two things. I believe there's like a little bit of a time penalty when you're using those. But resource-wise, it makes a lot of sense. So here's basically the numbers that I was going with. In order to make this happen, minus the rocket fuel. And you'll notice the rocket fuel number went down, and we kind of overbuilt it based off of this number. I think it was 70 is what I shot for to get a little bit extra. So we're going to have a lot of rocket fuel, but it will be just fine. Okay, so we're here. Here's our station. We have 3 copper stations, 2 iron stations. I think it's like 1.1 red belts, and realistically probably could have just done a blue belt, but I already didn't do that already. We've got a petroleum station, a coal station, a water station, a steel station, and I thought I was done, but it turns out I'm not. I realized we're going to have basically a science and empty barrel station that we have to deal with. I wanted to hold off on those before I made, till I made sure that we actually had everything that we need. And it turned out that we did not, because we need one more item here that is coming from the outside. And boy, do I not have any track? Oh, I guess I keep it in here. I keep it in my train. But we need the rocket fuel. That is going to be necessary not only for our rocket parts, but also for the satellite. Need some rocket fuel as well. And then we're going to need some additional stations here. We're going to need one to take the empty barrels away, one to take the science away. And that, I said, was going to be rocket fuel. I haven't set any of these guys up yet or anything. Why are you doing this weird blinky thing? Oh, probably because we don't have all our combinators here. Can we do anything about that? Probably. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then we have our belt loops coming in here. Let's go ahead and bring this rocket fuel line over. All right, so we have all of our items come in, and I basically took the numbers and copied over here from Yellow Science a lot of this stuff. And just kind of made some adjustments. So these are the green circuit makers that we have used. I guess it was in purple, yellow, and now here. We needed a little bit fewer, so I went ahead and trimmed those off. Speaking of trimming stuff off, let's actually, you know what? Yeah, let's take all of that out. And I've actually done something a little different on these in that when doing these balancers, take that down, take that across, and I think it's just a little bit neater than this contraption over here. But I've tried to put those in. Can I get a deconstruction planer, please? I've tried to put those in where I could. Not that it makes that much of a difference, but I don't know. It looks a little bit cleaner here. So those are going to be all of our green circuits. Those green circuits come out and come onto this blue belt, which is added to the bus. This is the area where the petroleum products come in. We needed 8 plastic makers, which is double what we needed for yellow science. And we needed actually less battery makers. We only needed 2, and I forget how many we needed for, was it 3? Yeah, so 1 less of those, and double the amount of petroleum. I hope this is going to work out. I'm sure it will. If not, we can always upgrade the belt to blue, and I'm not sure where that pipe is going to. I haven't set up any numbers or anything. I've just been setting up stuff. Then we have our red circuit machines. In the other builds, I've kind of integrated those in with other builds that need them. The problem is that, well, like with yellow science, the only thing that needed red circuits was the blues, so it was okay to go ahead and put those together. Reds are actually used for more than that in this particular setup. So separate. Same thing with blue. They're used for a couple of different things, so I made it separate. Down here we have our rocket control units, all of the factories we need for that. Hopefully, it says 29. Let's just check right here, make sure I'm not doing something crazy. 28.6, that is very close to 29. And then we needed 22 low density structure makers. And we have those right here. And then down here we have our satellite making factory. We have a couple of solar panel makers, a couple of accumulator makers, our satellite machine, and then basically our radar here. Let's see, you gears, you don't need to go out on the belt. You're actually a direct feed into that. I think that's the only thing that needs gears. Yeah. So yeah, this is what the silent episode, this is what we were taking care of. I'm basically just going through and kind of getting everything set up. Okay, so let's continue on, I guess. Blue science, or blue circuits, I should say. Coming around, I was messing with this belt, and I never properly fixed it. So you're going to continue on around. I'm hoping a single red belt is going to be enough for those. I don't know why I feel like it's not. Blue circuits. You are going to need 0.6. Now, somebody told me something about this in a comment. This thing that sticks, and I don't remember what it is. Click. They said I could hold it over something. I'll have to go back and read the comment, but somebody suggested a way to fix that. Long story being short, though, I think that we can probably manage to do this with one belt, just because it's going to eat up those green circuits so quickly. Very, very, very quickly. So we'll just kind of continue on here. I've got a little bit of a bus here, and thank you, Cyber, for suggesting that I do this to help mark what the bus lanes are, because I was having a problem with that earlier. And now they're just all different, so we need to set them up anyway so that we can see what they've changed to. Because this, there were 3 lines of copper. Those 3 lines have condensed into 1, so that one is copper. These 2 are no longer copper, though. This one is now plastic. So you are plastic, and that would make you batteries. Copper. Let's see. Do we still have 2 iron? Do we need 2 iron at this point? Have we already sucked up all of our iron? I think so. Let's see. Where is iron used? Let's go ahead and end that iron line here. We can take that all out. And this is steel that we're bringing over. We can go ahead and bring that here. And then we don't need an output priority here. We just need a fish filter on the left. Yeah. There we go. Okay, so that becomes steel. And then we have this new line coming down here, which is going to be our rocket fuel. And give me a pause here. Okay, sorry about that. Emergency phone call involving Mexican food. Okay, let's see. What was I talking about? Oh, we were identifying these lines. Okay, so this one coming in right here on the outside, that's going to be our empty barrels going out. This is going to be not that, but rocket fuel. That is no longer a thing. And you are our steel. Okay, I think that brings us up to speed. Let's see. Okay, we're bringing in copper here. No. It doesn't matter what they are. They all need some priority splitters, pushing that stuff out. Those are going to be circuits. Okay. And then we need a couple of guys here that are pulling the red circuits out. Yeah, we'll combine that line together. And then just kind of make sure that they end up on somewhat the same, different sides of the belt. And you will go out and be that line on the bus. I tell you what, let's go ahead and move this down as we build, and need to mark things. That'll be red circuits. All right, and I have not set up any of the, let's see, do I need to, that right there will be fine, right? We don't need to combine that first and do that. Yeah, I believe that will be just acceptable. All right, you are then going to need, let's see, I'm going to try to move this up a little bit. You're going to need those. And these. And really just very, very large amounts of them. And we'll take that off. We'll take that off. Actually, I think I want to leave that blue. That'll come together here-ish. And then we can move this right there. Fish filter to the left, a fish filter to the right. That gives us our reds and our greens. And we need to get sulfuric acid down here. And one of the reasons I wanted to leave... sulfuric acid, is that needed anywhere else? I don't think it is. No, I think that's where that ends. Yeah, let's take that up. We're going to need more underground pipe. But right there, and take that out an extra space. All right, that gives us our sulfuric acid coming down here to feed all of these guys. All right. Continuing on. Okay, we're gonna need these coming out. That's going to be a filter, not an output priority, but a filter of blue circuits coming out on the right-hand side. And they'll come out and then be the next next line on the bus here. Oh, you know what I forgot to put in? That's silly. Okay, let's take you guys out for a second. We've got some more figuring to do for you. We'll just place that right there for now. And let's move the low density structures in next, because I think we can get rid of some of these lines. Do you need iron? You need copper. All right, so copper needs to continue on. Plastic can end right here. And steel? Do you guys need steel? I think solar panels need steel, right? All right, so we can end the plastic line here. Is what all that was about. Okay, so we've got that side. Bring you up. Bring you up. Let's go ahead and take this out. An extra tile. to make this easier to add from and take onto. So yeah, that's going to be there. Oh, did we ever filter this out? No, we didn't. Let's do that real quick because I will forget. And I'm thinking about it right now. Filtering out the red circuits. Okay, we're filtering the blue circuits out just fine. All right, that's going to be our input. Okay, plastic is this line right here. And it ends there, I believe. Copper does not, however. And then we have steel, which is right there. Okay, plastic, you're going to end. You'll do a little funky thing here, and that'll be fine. Combine those like something like that. Let's go and bring it up a little bit. That'll go down and feed in. Fish filter there. And then that'll give us low density structures coming out. You go there, you come up and go there. All right, and yeah, it'd be good if you could just take over the plastic position, maybe? Maybe right there? Low density structure and low density structure. Those are both going on the top. Excellent. And fish, fish, fish on the inside there. All right, let's clean all this up here. You are going to go on. You are going to go on. You are going to... Probably could switch this over to red at this point. Let's do that. Just because. You're going to go on through. That's batteries. Plastic, you are done. Copper, you are going to go on. Now, what is this? Okay, that's we're replacing with low-density structures. Then we have iron, steel, and rocket fuel. Let's see. You'll go under... Go across. All right, okay, so where I messed up is with these rocket control units. I forgot to put in the speed modules, which are an important part of this. And we actually need 15 of those snuck in here in random places. 15. To 28. 29. That's almost 1 to 2, right? That's close enough, I think, where I think it'd be worth it to at least consider that. Okay, let's throw you in here. And let's throw you in here and throw you in here. So if we made you into speed modules, you take 15 seconds. And, oh, you already were rocket control units. You take 30 seconds. Yes, that is, that's almost the definition of 2 to 1. So we could do a direct insert there. Take out that. Take out that. You come in. You go that way. You go that way. You're counting out the circuits that you make. You're counting in the blues that you are taking out. That's what we need. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2. Oh no. 2, 3, 4, 5. I was feeling like I was forgetting something. Everything was just going so smoothly. I knew something had to be wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then those going the other way. And just steal that little bit right there, and we'll fit that right there. All right, and that should give us this stuff. You guys are going to need, yeah, coming in on both sides. And going out on both sides. Basically this right here. Okay, and again on the outside here, rocket control units coming out. like that. Okay, and that's going to be blue circuits up top here. Red circuits are needed. Are they needed down here? Green? I don't think they are. You need blue circuits, but you don't need anything else. You just, the red circuits end right there. So reds. And greens. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Take that up one. And that'll work. Okay, and then you can take over the red circuit position right there. And bring that on down. Boy, I feel like we've got a lot of stuff here. Like a ton of stuff. Batteries are needed. Yeah, I mean, it's all needed, though. Every bit of it is going to be needed down here. Well, isn't that interesting? All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next episode where hopefully we can get some of these materials running. I'll probably do the wiring in between episodes. It's nothing we haven't done a million times. We have our inner loops, we have our outer loops, and ere the twain shall meet. And yeah, it's getting a little bit tedious, really, setting up these sushi setups. I probably should have done something a little bit more interesting. But this seems to be working out okay. And I know that there are some limitations you can hit with some sushi setups, as I've learned the hard way before. We need some more of these. And let's see, are we doing okay on everything else? Is it just those? That is fantastic. All right, well, thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. I will see you next time. Have a good one.